Alright, it's officially Weird Root time. I all I'm gonna say is I have to start it. All I'm gonna say is that I have never been so fucking scared in my entire life. I'm genuinely terrified about what is about to happen. Okay, let's do this. Oh god, I just know it's gonna be different right away. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, I can't control the dialogue. How late is it in the day? Huh? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this immediately, I hate this immediately. I hate this immediately. Are we sure? Are we sure? Oh god, I have to press it, don't I? Fuck. Oh god, they're fighting me. They're fighting me. I feel so. This is actually the worst. Oh god. Oh god. That was actually maybe the most awful thing I've ever experienced in my life. Oh god, they're walking so slowly. Don't blank text box at me. I'm so fucking scared. This is already so different. I'm terrified. I'm still at low health. Oh my god, it's even with the items. I hate this. Wow, cell phone is grayed out. Is that because, do they not have their phone on them, or have they, like, figured out a way to, like, completely stop us from looking? Oh god, I'm just still moving. They're still moving so slowly. Oh god. I actually feel so terrible. I actually feel like sick to my stomach. This is like the ultimate, like, whole thing with No Mercy of like getting rid of the fun, or like Spamton says in chapter 2 on the Weird Root, there will be no more miracles, no more magic. You lost it when you tried to see too far. You lost it. Like, you literally don't get check dialogue anymore. Like, that's like one of the most like expressive, like fun parts of playing this game has just been completely like taken away. And I don't know if it's gonna stay like that for this chapter, but at the very least right now, it is completely gone. Oh god, it's so quiet. Oh god, I feel terrible. I feel awful. And I feel awful saying I feel awful because I know that I'm the one fucking doing this. No toast. No. Okay. No. I do have to wonder if on a literal level, I mean, again, I'm not saying the narrator is Chris, but like it obviously takes things from Chris's mind. So I wonder if this is just if this is Chris intentionally like blocking us out, or if this is genuinely just like they're so dissociated that like they can't even think about anything. Like they're just like in a trance, you might say. Not literally, but oh god, don't make me face Susie now. Yes, I think that's exactly what they were doing. Oh god, the way her face dropped. No. 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 You did? No, I hate that she's being left behind. I knew she was gonna get left behind, but I hate it. Oh god, I won't even let me speak to her. Oh god. Susie, please do something. Oh god, there it is. Hey, shut up, theory. I feel actually sick to my stomach. Based Susie! Based Susie! What do you mean by that? I can't tell. I can't tell if she means this in like a gender way or in like a just like role way where it's like we're like a knight in a I don't even know what the fuck Susie counts as, like warrior or something. I can't wait to dig into that line later. I also was about to say, what do you mean what we are? Oh god. This is only making this worse. This is actually making this worse. No. Bro, there's the fucking Carol, like, breath noises. Hell nah. Don't think I don't hear that. I think I know who she voted for, and I no. I literally feel like a lamb being led to the slaughter, except I'm the one leading myself. Margarine. Luxury, Bon Appetit. No, Susie, you can't make me laugh. This is not laughing time. No fucking way Toby's put a Burger King foot lettuce fucking reference in the weird root. Shut the fuck up. The fucking face. Stop making me laugh, it just makes this feel worse. Did you? Okay, so they still did that. Yeah. Oh god. Oh god, they laughed. Fuck. They're sitting on the same side. Oh. Don't pull that face at me. God, this is the worst. This literally, these little jokes here literally feel like I'm being fed. I'm like a dog. Oh God, why is he here? I feel like I'm a dog, like an old dog being like fed like a piece of chocolate as like a final gift before I'm fucking put down. Why are you here, bro? Oh yeah, I guess he's still here so that we can still get the card. I like already forgot about that. God, so much happened in this chapter, I like completely fucking forgot that we got the answer to this. Bread? Why did he give me bread? Oh, okay, I get descriptions now. Can I look at the other stuff? Nope. Just the bread. Just bread. Aww. Temmie is a genius, but I want to be nice. It's the least I could do for Susie while I'm making everything around her worse. I mean, generally I try to be like... I try to be kind of mean on the weirder, but I can't take it at this point. Like, I need some kind of respite. Respite, however you say it, whatever. Why did she blush when she said that? Okay, man. Okay. I hate the, like, Carol icy breath sounds are in this song. Lemonade Bros. Yay. Shit, who was at this stand? Wait, fuck, who was at this stand during the main room? I forgot. Hold on. Shit. Who was there? Oh god, I don't remember. But that's really... Wait! It was normal NPC, wasn't it? Am I crazy? Wasn't it normal NPC who was here? Shit, why is he gone? Heterogeneous. What is that noise? Is that a reference? Aww. So it is interesting that Noel is still seemingly pursuing Noel. I mean, well, Noel's pursuing well. Noel's pursuing Susie still. Susie asking me real questions here. I'm gonna save over there for later. Oh god. Hey man. Don't say that on this route. It doesn't seem like he fell this time, though. Or if he did, it wasn't as bad. I mean, it's still unclear if he actually did, like, fall off the ladder, or if he fell down as in, like, he went into a fallen down state. Like, the dialogue there in the main route was, like, conspicuously, vague about which one it meant. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, right, was this dialogue... Wait, where did we see this dialogue? Was this in, like, the dump that, Toby posted on Twitter? Or Blue Sky, whatever. Because I know I've read that already. Crazy that was Weird Root. I wonder if Chris did ever watch, like, if Chris is being truthful in that they didn't, and that was just a thing that Noel did with Dust, or if Chris just doesn't want to mention it because obviously a sore subject. Damn. Oh yeah, it did say on the thing, no holding hands. Yeah, she's definitely more bold now, but not really in a good way. Okay. I wonder if it's gonna let me go to Castletown, or if Susie's gonna be like, nah, you gotta get to Noel. What the fuck is this? Oh god, what? Oh, Jesus. Oh god. Was he now? Yeah, because he fucking knows. He knows we've been doing shit. He knows. Sure. That's what we'll say it was. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, no Castletown for me. Well, there's only one other place I can go now. Wait, did I? Yeah, I went to the apartments and everything. I'm sorry? No, that's real. Well, they won't be boring for much longer, considering, depending on if we actually still do that. Who fucking knows how much is gonna change. Or else they taught her how to make a flower crown. Oh. Oh, God. There's nothing else I can do now. I'm only delaying the inevitable. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. No! Susie, don't leave me. Susie, don't leave me. Please, you have to stop me. You have to stop me. God damn it. I like feel like shaky. Like I actually feel like genuinely like my body is like shaking a little. I feel like I'm gonna break out like a cold sweat. Oh. Oh. This feels awful. This feels genuinely awful. She has no idea what's going on, but she just wants them to cheer. No, why are we fading to black? I don't even get. No. No, let me out. Let me out. I don't want to be here. Why is it slow now? Why is it slow now? Oh, I can't. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. I don't want to be here, man. Why am I doing this to myself? No. No. Who the fuck is talking right now? Is this Noelle whispering and she doesn't ever talk sprites? Don't do this. Don't. You're so fucking scared. Okay, this is Noah. Okay, for a second I was like, what? Who's talking right now? I wasn't sure. Okay, it is her doing the thing where she's dramatically not having a sprite portrait or dialogue. Okay. Nope. Okay, nope. Oh god, I'm actually gonna be sick. I'm actually gonna be like, I actually don't know what my body is about. I don't know what bro, every cell in my body is screaming at me to run away. Oh god. Oh god. I think I know what she's about to say. I knew that's what she was gonna say. I knew it. Fuck. No. What's happening? Ah! Oh god, no. What the fuck is this? Oh, fuck no. Oh god. This is the full version, isn't it? That's the part of Lost Girl. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? No, 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 I hate this. I hate this! Oh, also glass symbolism, but oh fuck. Dog, I'm like... I'm like genuinely, I'm like hunched. Oh, I'm like trying to like hide myself in my like. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like curled into a ball right now. No, 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 no! This isn't the way. No! I hate this. Uh-huh. Oh god! Oh god! I don't know what noise just came out of my body. What the fuck? What does that mean? Don't clutch your chest. Don't clutch your heart. This. Ah! Oh my god. Oh! Oh my god, oh my god. I'm gonna be sick. I'm actually gonna be sick. What does that mean? Ah! Is there even anything there? Does anything exist outside of this town? Ah! Can we? Ah! Oh, no! 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 I sound like I'm being tortured. I sound like I am being tortured. Oh, God. Oh, no! Does this even do anything at this point? What could possibly happen if you do this? Oh God, oh God, oh God. The fuck was that noise? Why is it something to fucking amalgamate laugh or whatever? Dog. Is the lake this... Is the... I hope the lake is this deep the entire way. This is insane. Oh, okay. Pass the mark of no return. I mean, I don't even know if you can return if you say stop, but I can't say stop anymore. Nope, it's getting deeper. It's getting deeper. Oh my god. What the fuck? Hello? What? What? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Is that it? Am I soft? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the fuck? 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 Brother. Hold on. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, so like you don't even get a chance to save if you keep doing that. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? So that was us breaking the game, right? Like that was fully the whole like a little past what we could see, like fucking like that was genuinely us like breaking the game, like the game was trying to stop there. Like, the game was trying to stop us from doing that. And through doing the proceed action, we were able to, like, brute force it so it would just keep going. Because, like, they were literally underwater. Like, they were drowning. Like, but we were able to keep going just because we kept saying to keep going. Like through our power, we were able to, like, brute force through a thing that should not be possible. And then fucking Chapter 7 Side B? What does that mean? So clearly, you know, I'm assuming if you say stop, you're able to keep going from here. But through doing that, you can't do anything else other than whatever that means. But I don't know if it's like, I mean, you literally can't say. So, like, do you have to, maybe it seems like I mean, I think that confirms it. There is going to be something where you have to go back to a previous chapter for the weird root. Like, what I'm taking that to mean is that I need to continue my weird root file, but not do that stuff, and then I assume, like, proceed, oh god, wrong, bad use of words, but, like, go through the Dark World and everything on a weird root file just without doing the beach thing. I mean, doing the beach thing, but saying stop and going back. And then getting up to Chapter 7 on that file. And then after you get to Chapter 7, Side B, because Side B is the internal name for the weird root. I mean, it's also called the weird root in the files, if I remember correctly, but it's called Side B a lot. So, what I'm assuming is that I need to go back, do everything, but say stop, go through the chapter, the rest of the chapter, and then do Chapter 6 on the weird root, and then do Chapter 7 on the weird root, and at some point during the Chapter 7 weird root, we will, like, something will happen which will then somehow make it so that we'll be able to go back to Chapter 5 and continue doing that thing at the beach, and it'll, like, somehow let us be able to break the game? I don't know. That's what I assume. But also, that really seemed like, I mean, it's not really necessarily confirmation, but it felt pretty indicative that there really is, I mean, in universe there is, obviously, but that seemed like it was directly acknowledging the fact that inside the game there is nothing outside of hometown in the light world. Like, Noelle literally said, like, let's go somewhere that no one else has been before. Let's go to the other side of the lake where we always looked at as kids. And obviously you can't see the other side of the lake in the game. You can't even see most of the lake. And we literally brute forced it. We're like, we went into the lake and just kept going to try and get to the other side. But I think the whole point is that there isn't another side. I think the whole point is that it is directly acknowledging that thing that people have always brought up as a concept, which is that there is, on the most literal level, nothing outside of hometown. Like, physically in the game, in the files and everything, like, the hometown is a finite space that there's nothing outside of. And so I think that seemed like it was directly acknowledging that like, we were trying to brute force it, but, like, there's nothing past the lake. Like, Chris and Noelle physically cannot go to the other side of the lake because it doesn't exist. Like, there is nothing there. And what that makes me scared about, and also terrified and excited, is that if we are able to go back to this and continue doing that after Chapter 7, that definitely implies to me that Chapter 7 we are getting some crazy-ass game-breaking shit. Because what it seems to me is that it's like, we're going to have to get it to Chapter 7, something crazy in Chapter 7 is going to happen that, like, is acknowledging the game world or the device or whatever, and, like, the fact that it can be manipulated or something, and then somehow we're going to use that to go back to Chapter 5, and when we go back to when we load up Chapter 5 after that, we'll be able to get to the other side. But I don't think there's going to be another side. I think that's the whole point, is that there isn't another side, and so we're going to be able to go back and get to the other side, but the other side is just going to be, like, nothing. Like, it's just going to be, like, the void, or the depths or something. Like, whatever it is, it's not just going to be the other side of the lake. Like, it's going to be, like, we're straight up, like, leaving the normal game world and going, literally, like, going out of bounds. Like, that's basically what we were doing. We were trying to go out of bounds. Because, again, like, there is definitely, there's nothing on the other side of the lake. That is not a place that we can go, and yet we were trying to go there. And so the game physically can't handle that, because it can't let us go to a place that doesn't exist, that we weren't meant to see. But like we said, it's like Susie says, you know, it's like something a little further past what we could see, or whatever she says. So I think that's generally going to be it. It's like Chapter 7, some kind of crazy game break stuff happens, and then we're able to go back to Chapter 5. We're able to make it to the other side this time, but we don't find the other side of the lake. We just find fucking nothing. Just the void. Also, the fact that it was like a screen, that it was like a fucking, that was like some analog horror shit, bro. Like, that was a font and style that we have not seen in the entire game, that made me fucking think of like fan game shit, of like Gaster's fucking computer that he's running the device shit on. Like, that was insane. Like, because I mean, like it was clearly meant to look like it is like the computer itself telling us that we have to do this. But I don't know if it's meant to just be our computer, or if that is meant to be like a Gastery thing, where like that we're seeing like, or like that's what the program is telling us, you know, like whatever device bullshit we're hooked up to. Gaster's device is like, that's the thing that's telling us that you have to insert that thing, because we know that Gaster knows about the weird root and doesn't seem to mind it. Like, he doesn't say anything about it, so it doesn't seem like he has a problem with it necessarily. So yeah, like, my guess is that is in universe, like, it's meant to be, that is the device, like, shutting down. Like, that is literally like the device, the game, like, shutting down and being like, you can't do that yet. Which, if true, that's fucking crazy, because that means that is our like first look at like some like true device bullshit. I mean, you could say that like the green like Gaster menus in Chapter 1, I mean, that's what everyone kind of likes to think of as like the device stuff of like what it looks like or whatever, but like, I think that what we just saw there with the insert Chapter 7 side B thing, that could also for sure be device stuff. Because, I mean, again, like, it could just be meant to be your actual computer, but like, I think it's meant to be that in the sense that it is your computer through the device, or, you know, your whatever you're playing the game on. Because also, I think that would make it work better for consoles too. Because it's like, if you're seeing that screen, it's like, oh, on a computer, it does kind of feel like it's like, oh, your computer is telling you a thing. But on a console, it wouldn't necessarily feel like that. But having the Gaster device is basically like your it's like the equivalent of like Doki Doki Literature Club having the like fake computer setup for the console version. Like, that's basically what Gaster's device... I don't know why I've never thought about it like this, but that could be what Gaster's device, like, it, like, how that's a role that it could serve, is that, like, if we're, no matter what console we're playing the game on, we're still having to go through Gaster's device, which itself seems to, look or, like, function like a computer. So that would allow for computery shit to happen even when you're playing it on console. And if so, I think that's very clever. I'm talking a lot because I need to get all these thoughts out. That was crazy. And again, I think I need to go back in. I think I need to go back in and do everything again, but say stop and just see where things go from there. If it plays the aborted weird root noise, then I don't know what the fuck we do. But I mean, there's literally doesn't seem to be anything else I can do at this point for, like, that side of things. So if it plays the abort sound, then that's just what it's gonna be. Because right now we simply don't know. But I guess I'm gonna do that. So let's do this again, shall we? I feel like I was so quiet during that whole scene at the. I was so quiet for, like, the whole lake part, because I was just like, I was so locked in. I didn't even, like, know what to say. God, this is the worst. God, yeah, I can't skip the text or anything. It's just on autopilot, like it is in the Holiday Manor. It does seem like that's generally how it works, is that when Chris has the soul in them right now. I don't know. It's not fully consistent. Oh wait, I can move them while she's still talking. Oh, is her dialogue done? Okay. Ugh, it's the worst. This is the worst. Yeah, so I assume what's gonna happen when I say stop is that it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna abort it. I think it's just gonna. It's gonna be like chapter 4 and everything, where it's like, we're gonna have this shit happen. It's gonna somehow get pushed aside for now, and then we're gonna go into the dark world, and it's gonna be mostly the same except for certain dialogue and stuff. That's what I'm assuming is gonna happen. Ugh. Oh god, now with the context. I wonder if, knowing that that's what Noelle was wanting to do, I wonder if she was being so, like, forward with Susie and everything because she thought that she might not ever see her again. That might be why she was trying to give her a bunch of money, too. I thought she was just being, like, careless because... Or, like, not careless, but, like, impulsive because of how she is right now, but that genuinely, that might have been, like, it's interesting how it feels almost like suicide-y, where it's like doing like hanging out with someone and like trying to like give away a bunch of money and stuff like right before seemingly trying to leave forever. Like, I don't think Noelle was trying to die, obviously. She did want to actually get to the other side, but this line is still, again, I'm like, she could have just meant it in a way like of like, why is it a king and a queen and not like a knight and a warrior or whatever, but clearly also, yeah, whatever you guys are, a monarch and a king. Considering Noelle was trying to leave, I wonder if she did put Chris and Noelle, or if she put like someone else entirely. I can't believe, by the way, that bro put that there. Can I try again, though? Okay. I'm just... Chris Sellers don't even fucking play the game anymore, they just look at you like this. I'm just like staring at my screen like blankly. I can't even like muster a smile at Susie's jokes. I'm just miserable, bro. Here, Sans, take your fucking card, bro. There's your don't forget drawing, bro. Why does he give you that, by the way? What am I supposed to do with this? Oh god, yeah, because I doubt Susie plans on going to college. She definitely doesn't have the money. Oh god! Oh, I want to say this, but I'm like, I don't know, man. This is the group where I suck. The blushing. I hate it here. Yeah, like that definitely was the the normal NPC, right? If I remember correctly. I feel nothing. I feel empty inside. I didn't even process that it's gummy monsters and not gummy worms. Yeah, like before I just thought I was just like, oh, she's just being impulsive and like irresponsible because she's not thinking clearly. She's just like doing stuff where she's just like, oh, this would be, you know, I should do this for her, and so she just like does it without even thinking about how that's like, not necessarily a bad decision, but just like something that she should think a lot more about. But now I'm like, again, it's like knowing that she was planning on doing this. It feels like that was very intentional. Like she was like, I'm not gonna need this anymore. I genuinely feel like I've been like shot 87 times and I'm now just kind of like bleeding out lifelessly on the floor. Yeah, I can't believe Toby's snuck in weird exclusive dialogue in that dialogue dump. It was so normal seeming that we had no idea. Okay. Here. I'm in agony. I'm in genuine agony. Susie, please don't go. Please. Please stay here. She still never fucking told us what happened in Noel's room, by the way. She was like, I'll tell you later, Chris, and just fucking didn't. me when I lie. Sorry, I have to cheer myself up. I have to add levity to this situation. Oh god. I hate that I don't even walk over. It just fucking fades to black. Like, I don't even get to walk over. Also, where the fuck are the benches? Where did they go? This sprite is really pretty. Just focus on how nice the sprite work is. Don't think about what's happening. As soon as she said that, I knew exactly what she was gonna fucking say next, but it still fucking destroyed me. Oh my god. Also, she said, I don't think I even processed. She said left. Since Des left. Which that doesn't necessarily negate her, like, having disappeared under supernatural circumstances. Because it's entirely, like, I've always thought for a while that it was very possible that, like, because, people don't act like Des is dead. She's just gone. So I've always assumed that, like, a lot of people in the hometown think that Des maybe just ran away. Like, I mean, it depends on, like, how much of the truth of what happened to her is, like, known, which is probably not a lot. But Noelle specifically saying since Des left, that does make it sound that, at least from her perspective, she's pretty confident that Des, like, willingly left. Which, by the way, also, I've always really liked the idea of that, like, Des willingly, like went into the shelter to, like, something escapism, freedom, that kind of thing. But I really need to know what the fuck happened and what people think happened. But that definitely makes it seem like people, at the very least, people think that Des left of, like, her own volition. I mean, it's also possible that she did, like, disappear, or, like, something bad happened. They know that something bad happened to her, and Noelle just doesn't want to phrase it like that because it hurts to, say, like, oh, since she I don't even know what you would say, like, since she just disappeared, or, like, went missing, but left does very much imply, like, that it was purposeful on Dessa's part, whatever happened. Which, I mean, that's also a way that you could say that someone killed themselves. I don't think that's what happened to Des, because, you know, again, people don't treat it like she's dead. And Noelle had that dialogue in the main route about with the TV, where she was like, I was hoping that Chris would hold on to that old TV just in case, which I took to mean just in case Des ever came back. So yeah, I think what Noelle thinks happened is that she willingly left. Which, I mean, is also probably the nicest thing to think. You know, I mean, Des was always saying, like, you know, she always told me she'd take me somewhere like this, which, you know, as everyone has always pointed out, makes it kind of sound like Des wanted to, like, run away with Noelle. So I'm sure it's, even if it's, like, completely unclear what happened to Des, it's probably the nicest thought that Noelle can cling to, is that, like, you know, even if that's not what actually happened, Noelle can be able to, like, cling to the idea of, like, well, maybe she just left of her own accord and she's out there, you know, living her life. I mean, that's what happens to a lot of missing people, is that, you know, like, you just have no idea what happened to them, and it's like, yeah, something horrible could have happened to them. They could have been, they could be dead for years at this point, and you would have no idea. But the nicer thought that you can kind of just cling to is like, well, you know, something bad could have happened, or maybe they are just living their life somewhere, you know, undetected, and they're safe. And so I imagine that is probably what Noelle has been clinging to, even if there isn't any, even if there was evidence, even if there wasn't any evidence for that, I can imagine her clinging to that idea of, like, maybe she just left of her own accord and is just out there living her life. Again, don't think that is what happened, or at the very least, if she left on her own accord, something happened after that. But yeah, that's very interesting phrasing that I'm sure people are going to be debating about. Yeah, this line, now that I'm not as losing my mind about it, this like only further confirms the whole reading that Andrew Cunningham brought up of, like, glass, you know, representing the prophecy and, like, fate and everything. Like, Noelle literally saying, like, I've been on this path, just living my life how, like, I'm supposed to, and it feels like I'm just watching myself through glass. Like, it's her watching herself through glass is literally like, I'm watching the preordained path that my life is meant to take. This is not the way to do it. This shit is crazy. Her actually, like, acknowledging it. This was crazy. because this is what I've been saying. This is true Noellers know, like the whole concept of, ugh. I think it's very intentional, by the way. I was thinking it the whole time, but I didn't want to say anything because obviously, I was locked in. But I think it's very intentional that throughout a lot of this scene, Chris is completely obscured by shadow, where you can't see their face like at all, like beyond just like the normal shadow in their face, but like completely. Like Noelle is usually blocking them and making them be fully in shadow so that you can't. Like they basically aren't Chris anymore. Like it's just their entire identity is like subsumed by shadow, and it's just like a stand-in for us, But I think it's very intentional here that when Noelle falls to her knees here and says about how it's horrible, that you can see Chris's face here, and that they're like looking down and everything. Because by the way, this is the same shit that's sort of implied with Eram and the sword root and everything. Like it's a very similar thing where it's like, it's horrible, but at the same time, it's like Chris clearly feels horrible about it, but at the same time, it like is weirdly, it's like in a fucked up way, it's like freeing for them, or like enjoyable for them to like have that kind of like I don't even know, just like power or whatever, like there's some part of them that enjoys it, which is not saying that Chris is a bad person or, necessarily wants to do this. Like, it's the whole intrusive thoughts thing. Like, it's like Chris on some level does enjoy this, but like in a way where it's like they feel horrible about it, and two, like they wouldn't actually do it if we weren't pushing them to do it, like they think about it, but they wouldn't ever actually do it like on their own volition. But the fact that we force them to do it, they like feel this thing. And so I think it's incredibly interesting that is, it's both sides. It's two-sided, that Noelle also feels that sort of horrible, guilty enjoyment of what happened, where like she feels horrible about it, but at the same time it gave her this sense of power and freedom that she's never felt in her daily life. And I mean, that's why she goes into this whole thing. It's like, it's not a bad thing for Noelle to want to break out of this sort of, life that she's been living sort of on autopilot, and want to leave hometown and want to, do things that are, crazy or unexpected. But obviously this is not the way to do that. Like there are good ways to do that. I mean, that's what's happening on the main route. It's like, she's hanging out with Susie, who is like the, outcast who her mom doesn't approve of, and everything. It's like she's finding ways to do that on the main route in a way that is, not bad for her and everyone around her. But on this route, obviously, we fucking completely interrupt her character arc in Chapter 2 that leads her to be able to start doing that stuff. Like, Chapter 2 is her development arc. That is where she's meant to learn to be more self-assertive, and then she starts to learn to how to put that into practice in her real life, where it's like, we see her start to do it a little bit in Chapter 4, but then really in Chapter 5 on the main route, she actually, like, stands up for herself. She starts, admitting what she wants. She admits she likes Susie. She stands up to her mom by, like, calling her and being like, I'm hanging out with Susie and you're not going to interrupt me, and blah, blah. It's like that is all really, really good for her. And it all stems from her development in Chapter 2, which is development that she does not get to have on the weird route. I mean, she undergoes a similar transformation in that she gets bolder and everything, but it's not in a good way. It is in a way. Hold on. Where's the part that she says before I continue about this? Yeah, see, like, here's what I'm saying. Is, like, Chris right now is completely subsumed by shadow. Like, every part of their identity right now is completely obscured and hidden. Oh my god. Okay. I must have missed where she said it. Okay, but before I continue this screenshot, by the way, is insane. This would have killed a Chryseller fucking dead if you would show them this. Out of, like, I mean, it's already. I'm sure I'm not the only fucking Chryseller who's like fucking. I mean, just dead. Like, fuck. This is insane. Anyways, what was I fucking saying? Oh yeah, so like. On the weird route, she doesn't get to go through her normal character development. She learns she goes into a similar development of becoming bolder, but on the main route, of course, it's like in a positive and like healthy way of like learning to express her emotions and stand up for herself and everything. On the weird route, it's just her becoming like physically strong and just like brute forcing things and like not thinking about others and, you know, etc, etc, etc. Like, this is a desire. Like, these desires that she's showing right now are things that she obviously wants on the main route too. But on the main route, she's expressing those things in a much healthier way, while here we have driven her to this like breaking point where she's trying to, I mean, she's trying to like break fate again. I mean, like, it just goes back to the prophecy and everything. Like, Noelle doesn't know about the prophecy. I mean, she probably knows about it from church, but like, she doesn't know it as the prophecy, as like an actual thing that really does exist and that, you know, prominently features her and her friends, or at least assumedly includes her. You know what I mean. But like, even without that knowledge, she feels trapped. Like, she feels trapped in this role of living. I mean, she literally says, like, you know, living this life, living as if someone else is like living my life for me, and she's just like watching it from the outside. You know, it's like she has to do everything that she's expected to as Noelle, and, you know, just be stuck like that. And, you know, like, this is a very important aspect of this whole fate stuff that Deltarune is talking about. Because, I mean, we knew from chapter 4 already that, you know, the weird root is not following the prophecy. It is seemingly, you know, an attempt to try and break it through more drastic measures. But as Rosse says, you know, if there was something else, what would that be? And how do we know it wouldn't be something worse? And so we're literally getting to a breaking point here where it's like, you know, this is, in a literal sense, this is Chris and Noelle breaking off from, I mean, you know, it's the whole, like, you know, dark bead broken off but still locked thing, where it's like, this is, in a literal sense, them breaking away from the roles that they are meant to play within the story, within the prophecy,
within just their lives, etc., etc. But we're through that. We are breaking. I mean, it's there's a reason it's called breaking. Like, we are breaking everything, and sure, that means that we're seemingly going to be disrupting the prophecy if we haven't already at this point. But if we don't, or rather, like, we are doing that, but the question always is like, is it worth it? Like, who know? We don't know what this is going to lead to. Like Noel said, and like was said in the ARG shit, it's like, if you people who go down this path have their heads so close to the ground that they can't see where they're going, or something like that. It's like, we are blindly going down this route, hoping that it will change things, but we haven't. But it's like, I feel like the point of it is like, we're so focused on the goal of breaking away from the prophecy that we're not thinking about what is that actually going to look like. It's like, we're so focused on like, let's do stuff that will break the prophecy, that it's like, okay, great, but now what? Like, if we break the prophecy by doing all this weird shit, cool, we broke the prophecy, but what's the point when it's made it that, like, it's completely, like, ruined everyone's lives and, like, completely upended everything? It's like, it's very much, it's like, we win, but at what cost? Like, we break the prophecy, but what is the point of breaking the prophecy if the way we do it just makes it everything, like, completely worse? And obviously there's even more stuff with, like, I think this is something that was talked about a lot more in the chapter 2 era when it came to the weird, but the whole thing of, like, the fact that it's like us breaking the game and doing something that the game was not intending for us to do, quote unquote, like, that further ties into this stuff where it's like, the prophecy sort of works as, like a metaphor for the game, and like the game's programming, where it's like, everything that happens in the game, like, the only things that can happen in the game are things that have already been coded into the game as possibilities of happening. Like, you can't do anything in the game that was not intended. Like, there's glitches and stuff, but, like, in the literal sense, it's like, you can't make something from nothing. It's like, you can only do the choices that are allowed within the game's programming. And even the weird route, which is meant to feel like something that is, you breaking the game, like, that obviously has had to be coded into the game, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do it. And so, but like, ignoring that, and that might have its own commentary, but just like, I think it's that specific element of the weird is very important here, where it's like, breaking the prophecy is analogous to breaking the game, where it's like, breaking the prophecy to do things that were not destined to happen or whatever is the same as breaking the game so that events happen that were not, quote unquote, like, intended, even though, of course they were. And again, I think that may have its own commentary, but the fact that, man, hold on, I lost my train of thought, but just the fact that this is like, that we are really playing into, like, the game breaking element here of, like, we are literally trying to, like, break the game and, like, fully go outside of, like, what is even possible within the game's programming. Again, like, the other side of the lake doesn't exist, but we are trying to get there, even though it literally does not exist within the game. Like, there is no other side of the lake, but we're still trying to get there. That seems very analogous to just, again, like, the prophecy stuff of just, like, trying to do something that is like that was not meant to happen, you know? And the question is, you know, it's like, again, the whole like, if there is something else, what would that be? And how do we know it wouldn't be something worse? It's like, it's very interesting that it's like, you know, we have found something outside of the normal bounds of what we're able to do. But again, it's like, at what cost? You know, it's like, what is the point of even breaking the prophecy if it just means like suffering, you know? Like, we don't know what the final tragedy is and if we would consider it to be worse than this, but it's like, you know, it very much feels like a situation where it's just like, how far are you willing to go to try and make things different? Which again has always been an element of the weird root. It's always been like, you know, the antithesis to your choices don't matter, where it's like, we have made, you know, like even just within chapter 2, it was like we made changes, you know, we diverted the story from where it's been supposed to be going, but at what cost? And that goes with, you know, breaking Noelle out of her healer role, out of her normal role in the story, but also, of course, things like Chris and Noelle having a sort of romantic thing, seemingly, you know, I mean, not willingly, seemingly, but like that being the focal relationship rather than Susie and Noelle. It's like, again, it just goes back to the whole like changing things from how they were meant to go. Which, I mean, if the whole like love finds its way to the girl thing it is meant to literally just mean like Susie is the girl and love finding its way to her is her and Noelle. This is again another instance of, it's like, well, if we have Noelle and Chris get together instead, or, you know, force them together, like that changes it. Like it does change that from what was intended to happen, which is Susie and Noelle. But again, it's like, at what cost? Like, we're doing this, we are making changes, but why? Like, is it really worth it to do all of this just to have things change? Yeah, anyways, I've been rambling long enough. Let's see the rest of this. I'm gonna let her. It gives you several opportunities, so I'm gonna let her take me into the water a little bit, and then I'll say stop. I don't know if it'll change what happens, but I'm pretty sure I can go a little bit further than this. If not, I can always restart, but... I think I can do, like, one more further. I think it's, like, once the green part leaves, that's the end. Fuck, okay, never mind, I already... I already went past the point of no return. Okay. Shit. Well, I'm already here. I might as well see what happens if I want to see what happens if I because I'm pretty sure I had to like. I mean, at least it was what it fucking felt like, is that I had to like stave off the whiteout by like pressing proceed as fast as possible. So I was like doing that as fast as physically possible. But I want to see what happens if I don't do that, because I already got to this point again, so I might as well before I reset.
This sprite, dude. Oh my god. Fucking. Ugh. I'm drowning. There's no sign of land. You are coming down with me, hand in level by hand. Literally, fucking. Oh my god. Okay, so what happens now? If I just let this happen. Oh shit. Huh? Um. Ah! That scared the fuck out of me. That fully put me in a false sense of security. What the fuck does that mean? Why are you phrasing it like that? So I'm still on the route. There was no abort sound that whole time. Yeah, there was no abort sound that entire sequence. For a second, I really thought it had just fully gone back, but then it kept doing the nothing change thing. So, okay. So, yeah, there was no abort sound, so I'm still on it. I'm still on the route. I wonder if saying stop. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I really just did that to like see what happened. I'm glad I didn't reload. So I wonder actually if you say stop earlier, if that's like if that is an actual abort. But this was not this. There was no abort sound, so I'm assuming. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, so it's assumedly I'm still on the route. I mean, things are still different, so oh, I have descriptions again.
You should be. You should be. Help. Help. Help! Help! Help me! Mm-hmm. Oh, her blushing. Stop it. Stop it! Alright, is it time for normal occurrences? Full view of the window, by the way. I personally would have gone to the other side, but you do you. Yeah, it's okay. You can put me in the trash this time. I deserve it. And we back. Alright, I'm gonna save and take a very brief break. Alright. Okay. This is I already know in broad strokes what happened, but I haven't seen it happen myself. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, oh god. What does that mean? Oh, no, 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 no. This is awful. This is awful.
minute now. Okay, so I took a break to eat lunch and stuff, and I also discussed stuff with my brother, and we had two different interpretations of what the whole insert chapter 7 side B thing meant, and I think both of them are possible, but basically there's the first possibility, which is not what I was thinking, but I think may actually be the more likely option, is that right now we can play the weird route up to the lake scene in chapter 5 when you get to the insert screen. That we can't progress any further. Then, once chapter 7 is out in the game, you can then go back, play from chapter 5 up to the lake scene again, and then this time, when you get to that screen, it will then, skip ahead to the chapter 7 weird route. I think that's very possible. That's probably the easiest explanation, especially because it would be the most linear thing. Is just it seems like we'd be skipping a chapter, skipping ahead, but it would be linear, you do chapter 5, and then you'd be able to go on to chapter 7. The only reason that we can't do that right now is that obviously chapter 7 is not out yet. The other possibility, which is what I was originally thinking until I heard that idea and was like, oh, that does actually make more sense, sort of. But I still think this is possible, is what I was saying before, is so you play chapter 5, we're up to the lake scene, but you don't get to the insert scenes, and you did what I did the second time, which is you don't get all the way over, and then it does the thing where it's Noelle's nothing changed, or whatever, and you continue on that file up to chapter 7, once chapter 7's out, you continue playing through this file, you play through all of chapter 5 on that file, all of chapter 6 on that file, and then play through chapter 7 on that file, and then you do something in chapter 7, which then allows you to go back to chapter 5 and unlock the rest of the scene there. That, I think, now that I've heard the other explanation, I think is less likely because it's a lot more complicated. But I still could see that happening. The main point of contention is the lack of abort sound effect, which is really interesting to me because, what it could seem like on the surface is just you play up to the lake scene, you get to the insert screen, you can't go further from there. And so everything else is just an aborted route. If you don't get to that screen and you say stop and Noelle says, Noelle does the nothing changed thing, that is aborting the route, and you can only continue the route once chapter 7 is out.
But I don't think that's necessarily the case because, again, the abort root sound effect does not play at any point during that time. And that always plays when the root gets aborted. Like, that sound effect always plays to tell you that is what happened. And the fact that it does not sound there is, I think, very important. Because the abort root sound effect doesn't sound there. And so far, I mean, I haven't done anything, in the Dark World yet, so it's unclear how much will change, if anything. I assume it's going to be, there's going to be some changes at least. That also does not necessarily mean anything, because Chapter 4's Weird Root, that's how it worked too, is that you did something in the Light World, and then the Dark World is basically exactly the same, except for there are some, small seeds and differences and everything. So that, if I go through this chapter, the Dark World, and it's basically the same except for some minor differences, I don't think that necessarily means that I'm not on the Weird Root anymore. And, because again, the abort root sound effect did not play, and I think that is, the most key details. That always plays when you abort the root. And even if Noella's like, oh, nothing changed, it's gonna go back to normal or everything, the fact that it doesn't play, to me, suggests that that's not exactly true. And, but again, I think it's the most likely explanation for the whole insert disc thing is that you have to go from Chapter 5 and then get to that point once Chapter 7 is out, and then skip ahead and then that will let you skip ahead to Chapter 7. And so I think the way that I think this can be, that these things can coexist, is what I think might be happening, and which I don't know for sure yet, obviously, because again, I have not played past this point. But what I think might be happening is that I'm right now on this file, because I didn't get to the insert scene, and I've gone back sort of on track, and I'm going on the Dark World and everything. I think this might be something else entirely. I think this might be a side C, if you will, a third root. Because, again, one, the abort root sound effect did not play, and yet we clearly seem to have what we need to do to progress the weird root, which is the insert disc, or, whatever, insert side B thing. That clearly seems to be how we're going to progress the weird root. And so this seems like it might be something else, but the abort root sound effect didn't play, so it doesn't seem like this is going back to just the main root. And what makes me think that this might actually be what's happening is that line that from the ARG thing, where it was talking about you following on this path or whatever, and it was but maybe if you're lucky, you'll still get lost somewhere along the way, or something along those lines. That, to me, that sounds like it's talking about a third route. We're on, because people were saying that sounded like there could be another way to abort the route. But that never read as correct to me, because why would getting lost mean going back onto the main route? If anything, getting back onto the main route would be stopping for here's basically how I'd explain it. The main route is us walking on the path. We are walking down a path in the woods or something, and the main route is us walking on that path. The weird route is us intentionally walking off the path, but making our own path, sort of. We're off the path, but we're doing so with intentionality. We still kind of know where we're going or something. Basically, we're carving our own path on the weird route. And then this potential third thing is what happens when you get lost, where we go so far off the main path, and like in trying to make our own path the weird route and going off of the main path, which is the main route, we end up getting lost and stumbling into a completely other secret third thing. If that makes sense. Maybe I'll put like a diagram on screen or something to like try and better explain what I'm thinking. But that's what it seems like is to me maybe happening. So this might not even be a weird route playthrough anymore at this point. This may be freaking side C or like freaking I don't even know. The lost route. Wait, lost route kind of has aura, bro. If this actually ends up being another independent route, we should call it the lost route, or side C. Whatever you want to do. Anyway, so with all that being said, like I said, this might not be the weird route anymore. It could still be, because again, the abort route sound effect didn't play. But at the very least, I don't think this is the main route. If this is just like a normal aborted weird route playthrough now, where like I've just aborted it and things are just back to normal, then I don't know. I guess the playthrough ends here if there's no more differences. But I'm assuming there's going to be differences. And again, I don't think that this is an aborted route at this point, because the abort route sound effect did not play, and things were still slightly different afterwards. So, with that being said, I am going to move forward under the assumption that I am either still on the weird route, or I am on some weird other third branching path from the weird route that is its like own thing. Either way, I'm assuming there's going to be some differences. So I'm just going to play through. I don't quite know yet how I'm going to present this, but we'll figure it out. So let's go without further ado. I'll say, all right, bro, are you going to act weird? Was that different? That felt different, but maybe I just forgot what they said. It's been a bit. I'll have to check. with all the stuff later of like potential trans role stuff, which I swear to God I'm not looking too much into. I swear to God. Shattered rose. Only one knows the rose's meaning. Okay. What the fuck does that mean? Wait, shattered like the rose animation? Only one knows the rose's meaning? Is that Noelle? I don't know. Okay, whatever. First for sure change spotted. I don't know if that dialect was different. Have I not given any of these to Sean? Whatever. What was I saying? Oh, Rose. The thing with the Transform Rose reading has always been like, Rose initially hides their appearance at first, and it's, this appearance, while not being like that's great, Rose. Rose, of course, this appearance isn't like very like particularly masculine, but it like it obscures their features and everything, and is more like it just like it's like hiding away who Rose is, kind of, in a sense. And Rose taking off the hat is Rose showing their true appearance, and like I feel like hatless Rose definitely reads as more feminine to me in presentation. Maybe that's just because of like the eyes and pink horns and eyelashes when the glasses are off or whatever. But regardless, there's always been this sort of idea that's floated around with that theory that, you know, it's like that Ralsei taking off the hat is, you know, sort of symbolically like becoming closer to you know, their true self and everything. And the fact that in this chapter, which is the same one where Ralsei gets called like princess and that other stuff that I commented on, is the same one where Ralsei is forced to put the hat back on for a certain amount of time and is told that like he looks better in that, like it's better when he wears the hat and everything. I think is I don't know, it's very interesting. I do think there really is something there, even if it might not be exactly that. Okay, so while I was doing this, fucking turns out Chapter 6 confirmed for 2027, or at the very least, that they're aiming for 2027, which is fucking crazy, fucking insane. I mean, that's what I was hoping, but oh my god. Buddy. That's simply not necessary. This was so cute. I do wonder now that I know that we're doing a lot more of like explicit game mechanic stuff here. I wonder if the reason that both Susie and Ralsei are able to get past the spikes is literally that like they are not the player, and thus they can just kind of like, you know, because like physically they can very easily seemingly get over the spikes, but we can't progress because it's like, you know, an obstacle for us. And so I wonder if the reason Ralsei leads Chris / us through the spikes is because like if it's a cutscene, you know, it like overrides it, so like we can't usually get through because it's meant to be an obstacle for us. But if Ralsei, you know, leads us through, then we can. I don't know, I'm just spitballing. Is that how that normally goes or no? What? I'm sorry? What the fuck? Yo, what? Okay, I've already seen this. Let's just say okay, that's gotta be different. Okay, this is definitely different. What the fuck? 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 What the fuck?
What? Oh, no, 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 no! This is so scary. Oh god. I have to say this. I have to, for the purposes of the point of this playthrough. But oh no! No! Wait, this is evil. Wait, this sucks. Oh! Oh my god. Completely unclear. Don't say the same thing that Noelle said in chapter 4. Stop it. That's a great Ross. I'm so happy for you. What the fuck? What the fuck? The fact that Chris threw themselves into the water to avoid saying that. I'm going to be sick. Okay, I need to see what happens when you say the other thing. Hold on. I don't like that line at all. Dude, Noelle saying over and over again that nothing changed. And now this, Susie being like, glad that whatever happened with you guys is over now. That just really makes me think that it's not. It's not over. Things have changed. I mean, obviously things have changed a little, but still, like, it feels like things are gonna be quite different. Well, it's interesting, because there really weren't that many differences in the end. But I still just have this, like, gut feeling that this is different from, like, aborting in chapter 2 or in chapter 4. Because, again, what always gets me is that there's no abort root sound effect after doing the lake thing. And, you know, like, there's no abort root sound effect. There's the whole thing about, you know, getting lost, which, as I explained, that doesn't really sound like it means getting back on the main path. And just, like, Noelle being like, nothing changed over and over. And then the conversation with Susie being totally different with the whole, like, you won't, don't get in between me and Noelle or whatever. And Susie just, like, you know, going on this whole thing about, like, how weird Chris and Noelle have been, and being like, oh, well, isn't it good that that's over? It's good that that's over now, isn't it? That makes me, all of that together just makes me really feel like there's going to be way more consequences here than in other abort weird roots. And again, the abort root sound effect didn't play, so it's unclear if this even is aborting the root. Now that I've seen the rest of the game under these circumstances, like, the changes really aren't that, you know, like, there's not that many changes. So I don't know if like, my whole hypothesis about this being, like, a completely separate route, I don't necessarily think that that's the case, but I definitely think that this isn't technically an aborted weird route. I mean, I know it says, like, the code that handles it as if it's an abort, but the fact that the sound effect doesn't play, and that there's still, like, there's still stuff that feels weird root exclusive, like the whole don't get in between me and Noelle thing. Like, the fact that exists at all as a thing to say, like, that feels like some weird root shit, you know? And so, you know, while this may not be like a whole other route, like a side C thing, like I was initially sort of hypothesizing, I think it's possible that this is still considered like the weird route, you know? Like it's not a full abort the way that chapter 1 and chapter 4 are, because, I mean, sorry, not chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 4 are, because when you abort those, everything basically goes completely back to normal. I know with aborting in chapter 4, there's obviously still some consequences with that, like, you know, Bridley is still in the hospital, and Noelle has some different dialogue if you try to ride the Ferris wheel with her, but, like, for the most part, things go completely back to normal. While with this, it feels like there's more consequences, you know? Like, there's not zero consequences for the other aborts, but this one feels, I don't know, it feels different. There's more emphasis placed on aborting it here. And again, I'm using abort, even though it may not be an actual abort. So I think for right now, you know, I want to see what other people think about this. I'm sure there's going to be lots of discussion about it and everything, but my sort of view of it right now is that I think, you know, like, we have the main route, we have the weird route, and then we have, like, aborted weird routes, which aborted routes, you know, for the most part, it's like they basically just become the main route, just with some small differences. What I think this is that it is technically an aborted weird route, but it functions more closely to a non-aborted weird route than the other aborted weird routes, in the sense that, to me, playing through Chapter 5's Dark World on this file felt closer to playing through Chapter 3 on a weird route, because Chapter 3 on a weird route is basically identical to the main route, except for, like, that one bit of dialogue with the sword route, and, like, I don't remember if there's anything other than that, but, like, you know, it's almost entirely the same, but you're still on the weird route, you know? Like, just because one of the chapters, you know, functions pretty much the same, doesn't necessarily mean that you're not on the weird route anymore. So, basically, if I had to say what I think it is right now, I would guess that this is an offshoot of the weird route, where it's technically an abort, but it is considered, like, the game considers it different than a normal abort, where with a normal aborted weird route, you basically just go back onto the main path with small differences, while this one, if you abort here, you go into kind of a completely new offshoot, where things sort of return to normal, except do they really? I think what's gonna be the determining factor in the significance of this path, like, if this really is, like, its own thing, or if it is just kind of another aborted weird route, is what happens in Chapter 6, because we know that Chapter 6 is going to heavily feature Noelle, and specifically Noelle going back into the Dark Worlds. And so, you know, obviously on the weird route proper, you know, we're not even doing Chapter 6. And then on a, you know, main route, it's going to be just like normal Noelle Dark World stuff. But, I mean, judging from everything that we see here, where, like, you know, the lake scene still happens, like, they literally get to being in the water and drowning. They just don't go all the way, and they manage to just come back. And Susie says that, like, they both felt, like, so far away afterwards, and again, you can say the frickin' don't get in between me and Noelle thing. Like, to me, it feels like it is building up to when I play chapter 6 on this file, things are going to be, like, significantly different with Noelle. I kind of think that chapter 6 on this file will basically still function like a weird root. Maybe not in the sense that we're going to be able to, like, use Noelle to, you know, do Snowgrave and everything or whatever, but, like, it'll feel like you're on the weird route in the sense that all the stuff with Noelle is, like, completely different. Like, I can't imagine that her behavior on this file will be, you know, anywhere near how it will be in the main route when none of this stuff has happened. Like, Noelle has reached a point in which she cannot just return to that, like, you know, other state that she would be in the main route. Like, she's just you know, she's been through a lot at this point. And so what I think is that, you know, even if we're not able to actually do any proper weird root stuff like using Snowgrave or breaking the game in any way, and that the plot functions mostly the same, I think all of the stuff with how Noelle behaves during the chapter and how that affects the other characters, I think that's going to be completely different. So I think it's basically, I think it's going to kind of be like two paths that are both sort of the weird route, where it's like, there's the weird route, like, proper, which leads to the whole, you know, insert chapter 7 side B thing. Like, that is the weird route proper, where we are actually doing, like, the, you know, intention of the weird route, which is to, like, you know, fully break the game and do that or whatever. And then there's the other sort of path of the weird route that it's sort of split into, where, you know, the like game breaking element of the weird route sort of fades away, but the character stuff with the weird route is still, like, totally in place. Does that make sense? I might make another diagram. But basically, I think the weird route has sort of split into two sort of sub-paths, or, like, sub-routes, you know, like a weird route A, weird route B, where it's, like, weird route A is the main, thing where you do the lake stuff and then you skip to chapter 7, and then there's, like, the sort of smaller weird route B, where we don't do that and things mostly go back to normal, except everything with Noelle from this point on, like, as a character, is gonna be completely different and be, like, you know, impacted by everything that we've done, you know? So that's what I'm thinking for right now, but we really won't know until chapter 6 happens. Like, until we see with our own eyes the differences in chapter 6 between being on the main route and being on this weird, this aborted, quote-unquote, weird route, I think we won't really know. But that's what I'm guessing, is that, you know, even if this is technically considered an aborted weird route, I think there will be things will be so different that it basically can constitute, that it basically can still be considered the weird route, just not, like, the main path of the weird route. I don't know. It's confusing to talk about, but I hope that made sense. But yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say. This brings me to the end of my recorded playthroughs, so I hope you enjoyed watching, and yeah, this stuff's crazy, man.